Parshas Berishis. And as we begin the Torah again, we get to look a little bit at the Medrash to see what went on behind the scenes in the creation of this world. The Medrash tells us that when the Rabbi Shalom separated the upper waters from the lower waters and sent the lower waters down to planet Earth, the lower waters started to cry. And they cried and complained to the Rabbi Shalom, why should we go down to an impure, to a materialistic world so far removed from you, the Shekhinah? And the Rabbi Shalom, as tells us the Medrash, answered the lower waters, don't worry, I'm going to give you the mitzvah of Nisuch Hamayim. I'm going to give you this mitzvah to compensate you for what you're missing out on from being down in this world. Says Rabbi Yosef Salant in the Bei Yosef, look at that. This is the compensation for all of the rivers, all the streams, all the oceans in the world. They're being down here for all of eternity. And the compensation is 7 days a year during the days of Sukkot. When there's a Beis HaMikdash, they take some of the water and they pour it down the Mizbeach. Really? That's the compensation? That's meant to compensate them just 7 days a year, only when there's a Beis HaMikdash? That means it hasn't been done for thousands of years. What's the compensation? Explains the Bei Yosef. We see from here the magnitude of a mitzvah. We see what a mitzvah can do. It can elevate everyone that does it. And that was the compensation that the waters received. True, it's only for 7 days a year, and only when there's a Beis HaMikdash, but it's a mitzvah. And if it's been done with a mitzvah, it's worth the world. We have to realize, we're now after Yom Noraim, we're after Rosh Hashanah, Seres Yemei Tshuva, Yom Kippur, we're after a Sukkot, Shana Rabbah, Shemini Atzeres, Simchas Torah. We go back to almost normal life. Now what? What elevates us? What keeps us going? The answer is a mitzvah. A soldier walked into the Tish of the Slonim Rebbe, and the Rebbe immediately noticed the soldier and said, come here, my son. And the soldier was so embarrassed when the Rebbe said to him, tell me, my dear son, what have you done recently? Your face is shining. And the soldier didn't want to answer, and he was pushed further by the Rebbe. He said, I'll tell the Rebbe what happened. We just moved here with the army, and I was so excited to be able to mekayim the mitzvah of sukkah. And I asked my general, please, can I go for a few moments to find the sukkah? And the general said, absolutely not. Nobody's allowed to leave here. In the middle of the night, about 1:30 in the morning, everyone was sleeping. And I decided, I'm jumping over the fence, I'm going to risk prison, and I'm going to go and find the sukkah. And he found the sukkah, and he came back. And the Rebbe said, but what did you do then? He said, I danced and I danced and I danced until the morning, because of the simcha that I did a mitzvah. This week's parsha, the Medrash, teaches us the whole creation of the world. Everything is all about mitzvahs. Mitzvahs elevate ourselves and our connection to the Rabbi Shalom. I want to wish everyone a wonderful Shabbos.
To listen to more by Rabbi Avi Wiesenfeld, visit